At the minute, the team are going from strength to strength. Check out this team attacking polygon, which shows we are pretty much the most lethal team in the league at the minute. Team chemistry is at an all-time high. I'm just looking for one more link up, which I'll be really happy with Menza and Sulaj. Last time I talked loads about Ruben and how good he's been, and he's carried that on, but his form seems to have proved a rocket for Ruti as well. Now his form is flying and his last 5 games are fantastic. It's also nice to see that probably the most unsung hero from the Trojan ones, David Di Marino, is starting to get a bit of recognition now, and look at his value, it's shot up to nearly 2.5 million. This news item should show the progression of our team. It's the favourites for the Young Player of the Year award. You can see Sulaj is the headline maker, but look who he's up against. Roberto Capone, Naba Menza, Ruben and Maxime Parejo. That's right, all our players. Our most recent match was this absolute thumping of Catanzaro. Last time I asked for more consistency and we've got it now. Only 1 defeat in our last 10 matches has meant that we have stormed up to second and into the automatic promotion places by 2 points from Empoli with only 4 games left to go. Data Hub shows the improvement we've made this season. We saw the team attacking one. Team defending is very similar as well. As far as attacking efficiency goes, we were at one point over here being really wasteful, but we've improved massively and we're just about to jump into that perfect zone. And in fact, when you look at the scoring scatter graph, we are head and shoulders above everybody for high non-penalty expected goals. After that run of games, we do now have the perfect chemistry with Menza and Sulaj finally getting on. They must have gone for a couple of beers together or something. So everything's good, all good in the hood. Now, as you can see above me, by the last 5 games form, everyone's absolutely flying. They're going superbly well. We're hitting form right at the right time of the season because there's only 4 games left. 4 games. We're not going to win the league. Palermo have got that locked down. They're 8 points clear. It's between us and Empoli, but Genoa are having a little storming run at the end of the season as well, but I think they're too far back. But overall performance this season has been fantastic. We're second top scorers to Genoa, but the way we're playing, I think we might overtake them. Our defence has been good. We've just got to make sure we get over the line with the last 4 matches, but we've got some tough ones.
Are you ready?
Let's just show you in black and white just what could happen today then.
I'm going to need a minute. The boys pull off an unlikely promotion to Serie A after that storming run at the end of the season. The whole season was pretty spectacular. Just that little bunch of matches there where they had a little glitch, but those tweaks we made us way more consistent, and what an end to the season. Yeah, I've got my composure back. We have made it, dudes. We are in Serie A with the Chosen One boys, and it was so nice to see the boys, Ruti Giuliano and Condello, being the main driving force in that final day match. Now it's tough, but now we need to think about next season and planning for it. And I'm just looking at my team there, and I don't think there's much we need to do. Di Marino missed most of the running through a bad injury, but he will come back into the team. And when he does, I want to give these boys a chance in the top flight. Which, looking at our finances, is probably a good attitude to have, because I don't think we're going to have too much. The board have done their best and gave us £850,000 to spend next season, but we're not going to do much with that in the top division. But that little £2 million bonus won't half help. So yeah, normally at this point in the season, when I've just finished the season, I'll go through the team and I'll like leave players out, remove from position who aren't going to play next season, but pretty much all of them are going to start next season. But you will notice I did manage to get Ruben into the team more at the end of last season. I sacrificed Shaka Traore, great player, but I had to get Ruben in, played him up front. Wise move as well. He finishes the season with 12 and his last 5 matches he scored 4 times. Crucial. What a player. I noticed the board had gave us a bigger wage budget, so rather than jump into free transfers like he's tempting, instead I went up to contracts and then I've just extended contracts for those players that are deemed necessary. For example, Yaya's got a new deal up to 2031, new deal for Ruti and Condello, and importantly Ruben. But he's got a bit of a little shit for an agent because his minimum fee release clause is now 3.5 million, but that is only to clubs in continental competition. So hoping we can keep him. Question is now, will that formation be too attacking going into Serie A? Probably. We might have to drop one of the central midfielders back. Instead of having 2 on attack, we might have to just scale 1 back. That might be an option. But my attitude is, for the first part of the season, let's try it and see what they can do. So we're right at the start of the pre-season. There will be some deals done, but I've only done a couple at the minute. Free transfer from Lazio is Luca Pitalis. He's basically going to be a cover squad player because he can play loads of different positions. I don't necessarily want to get a starter in. I just need squad cover. Do you remember this man, Raul Martin? Well, we've signed him now. We triggered his release clause, 350,000. Let's see how he progresses. So alongside our first choice 11 there, we now have a full bench of 9, which I'm pretty happy with. We will look to add a couple more players in there, possibly from the youth team, but we're not going to go crazy because despite getting promoted, our finances are still in the red at the minute. Hopefully gate receipts will help. One thing we're going to struggle with is the stadium. It's due to be expanded because that's a necessity for Serie A. We've delayed it for another season to give us a chance to get the funds together. There you see it though, we are a Serie A club now. We've got there. 2 seasons in Serie C, then 3 seasons in Serie B with 1 Manager of the Year award. I mean, if I didn't win it last year, when are we going to win it? That has led to Serie A. And probably unsurprisingly, we are ranked bottom, but brutally, the rank is at 1,000 to 1. 1,000 to 1. There is still time to do a bit of business because we've still got £750,000. The wage budget is already too high though, so we might have to ship out before we can ship in. I think it's more likely though that we go with these boys, especially the chosen one boys, up until January, and then we'll see where we're at. One thing that is frustrating me though is this. I've made these facilities requests constant times, but we just keep getting rejected. This time they're saying it's due to the club's financial situation. I mean, I get that, but it's still frustrating. Oh, and these are back as well. The takeover rumours have returned. So player-wise, we might not make many changes. Staff-wise, we're going to. As you can see, our staff levels are abysmal, but that's mostly because I've released a load of them, including my assistant manager. He's out of there. In fact, if you look at the list that I've kept, there isn't that many now. But we've got more coaching gaps now. I want better quality, and I need a really good assistant manager as well. I've also got rid of the director of football. I'm not playing games here. He wasn't good enough. He's gone. But you can see the amount of free gaps we've got. So there'll be a few players coming in, not many. I do want someone experienced, our version of a Galactico maybe, to come in and help the youngsters. We also need to get a second tactic, just in case we get found out with that one. There's a load of work to do this pre-season, a brand new staff as well. And after the friendlies are out the way, we start our season with Lecce, Lazio, Bologna and Fiorentina. It could have been worse. Hopefully we can get a good start.